Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to a Crispy Compact Communiqué, the mobile remote version of the Crispy Noodle podcast. How you guys doing? I'm Rich Liebig.
And I'm Michael Costanzo.
And this is what we do when the snowstorm of a decade hits the Philadelphia area. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. The whole Northeast and actually the central of the country too got hammered this week with an incredible snowstorm. I'm still digging my way out of it. So as a result, we are doing the podcast this week remotely in the form of the Crispy Compact Communique. So a little bit different than what we've been used to for the last couple of months, but that's why we have this. So it is great that we're able to still get you an episode this week. And we do have topics to get to in sports, entertainment, and odd news. But before we get into all of those headlines, Mikey, my friend, how are you doing over there in Snowstorm Central, Lansdale?
It was bad. And it just had to snow the way that it did the first weekend after moving into my new house. So it was like chaos, pandemonium. We had no supplies. We're like just living off of the very bare necessities.
Yeah, welcome to being a
Um,
homeowner.
yeah, it wouldn't be a proper move if there wasn't some kind of calamity or disaster or confusion or chaos. So we par for the course. But other than that, I did get to watch one of the Oscar-nominated films in K-pop Demon Hunters. One of the animated films. No, no, now don't laugh.
This sounds like a
It
parody. Like this
it
sounds.
does.
This sounds like was it the Naked Gun? What the Naked Gun 33 and a third when they have the Oscars? This sounds like one of the fake made up titles.
It does. And I didn't know that it was a standalone movie. I heard the title like you did. I was like, oh, this has got to be like either fake or it's like some kind of anime that you have to watch 500 episodes. Then this is like the movie at the end of it. I
You're
thought
not
it
thinking of
was
anything in
something.
specific, are you? You know, obviously. Shout out to
No,
Bruno,
yeah,
Mr. Naruto himself.
Mr. Naruto. He's like, oh, you should watch it. It's only 800 episodes. It's like, okay.
That's it. I thought you said it was like 1,000. I thought it was like four
I
digits.
I can't even keep track. It's an
Yeah.
insane number. But no, K-pop Demon Hunters is just a standalone movie about um, a K-pop band who is also secretly responsible for keeping all of the demons at bay across the earth through the power of their music. But it's also a movie and a story about embracing your true self for who you are, that kind of stuff. It was actually really, really good, despite how outlandish the title makes it sound. And it's from Sony Animation Studios, the same group that did Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Mitchell's versus the Machines. So if you follow that animation group, they just have some of the best animation out there right now, better than Pixar. They are absolutely fantastic at what they do. And they were nominated for Best Animated Film, which we'll get to later in the show. But I did get a chance to check out that Oscar movie this weekend. So I'm officially starting my Oscar movie watch
Oh yeah, there you
sessions.
go. Well, yeah, we'll get into that in the entertainment entree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
What about you? Did you get up to anything other than shoveling? I think you've just been shoveling for 3 days straight. This is actually the first break you've taken.
that's pretty much accurate. Yeah, like I've been shoveling every day since Sunday. Because the problem with this snowstorm that hit is it came in like snow, ice, snow.
Yeah.
So it's not just like you can just shovel like or push the snow. It's you got to get in there. There were there. I likened it to like you had to cut a cake. Like
Yeah.
you had to like cut what you were gonna try and shovel first, and then shovel. And
Yep.
even then, I've my car is stuck. It's just
It was it was
everything.
it was Sunday night. We saw our neighbors out there shoveling, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to go out there and shovel at like 7, 8 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm going to, wait until the morning, wait until it's done snowing. Well, now I know why they were staying on top of it because, like you said, we were out there cracking the snow like a creme brulee, as Jordan put it. We were taking the shovel and smacking the top of it to crack it and break it so you could actually start scooping it out. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It took us hours,
Yeah.
hours.
Did you get
Just
out?
insane.
Because we both have similar cars. Did you get out?
Yeah, so we did. Luckily, Jordan's office canceled work, so she just shoveled for like like 4 hours. I helped out for part of it, but like even then, she's got four-wheel drive and an SUV, so it doesn't have to be like perfectly clear. For my little car couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I know you're probably in the same situation. Like we both have similar little tiny sporty sedans. You can't. There's nothing you can do.
No.
You know.
It just I can't get out. It's just it's there's so much just like snow, ice, snow, ice. It's like a weird layer cake or something. And
Yeah. A
yeah.
weird layer cake. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has now been like my fourth day straight of shoveling. Every day was like a different snow project. Like Sunday was just like the reaction. Like you had to just get out there and just do what
Right.
you could. Monday was like the cleanup of like the areas you had to get, like your sidewalk. Then
Yeah.
like Tuesday was like the driveway and Rachel's car, and then today was trying to get my car, and I still can't get it out. It's just there's that layer
Especially
cake.
especially after the plows go by, it
Yeah,
makes it infinitely harder. Like we're lucky that neither of our cars were on like street parking, so we only had to clear out the end of the driveway. But oh man, the plows did such a terrible job. I mean,
but the
anybody who was parked on the sidewalk just done for.
but the problem is it's not their fault. It's just it was so much snow that dropped. There's nowhere
Yeah.
to put it. I mean, we're talking,
Yeah.
I don't know if people know, like we had I think like 10, 11 inches. It's almost a foot of
Yeah.
snow
Yeah,
altogether.
it was about a foot of snow, yeah.
So it's crazy. There's just nowhere to put it or shovel it or plow it. So
Yeah.
it's just been in terms of that, it's a nightmare. But knock on wood, thank God we didn't have anything else like crazy happen. For the other than shoveling, it was just stay inside, enjoy what you can. I whipped up a batch of pasta fagioli,
Nice.
just stay in, stay comfortable. I like
Ooh, I
that
made a
part.
pot roast on Sunday. That
Ooh,
was that. Yeah, that was our winter meal kind of thing. Yeah,
nice.
I'm into pot roasts now. I think that's going to be my thing. Not too frequently because it's expensive, but like special occasions. It was like the first meal in the new house. I was like, I'm going to make a pot roast.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
first meal, yeah, you got to do something good. So
yeah. Something nice, something special. But it's also a good cold winter night meal as well.
nice.
Yeah,
So there you go. That's
but anyway,
what we've been up to. Just those are the breaks. Welcome to Philadelphia. Welcome to the Northeast. Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's
the
what
way it goes.
every 10 or so years. Yeah, you get a storm of the decade, and of course it happens for Mike when he just moved in. Oh well.
Yeah, you just deal with it. You take your lumps,
Yeah.
right?
All right. Well, speaking of taking lumps, I think that's a good way to transition into some football talk. We need to get to the sports headlines here, and obviously the biggest one is the conference championship games happened. You want to start off with the AFC game? I think that was the first one in the day on Sunday. Um, the Patriots are
Yeah.
back. Dear
Yes,
God,
they
it
are.
only took them 7 seasons, and here you go, new quarterback, new coach, and they're ready to go. Here we know another was it 12th Super Bowl since
Wow.
Kraft took over 12.
That's insane. I didn't know it was 12, but yeah, I guess they went all those times with Brady and
I,
now here
yeah,
again.
I think Brady
Um
was there 9 times, 9 or 10 times with the Patriots. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
yeah, just absolutely crazy. But they snuck in this last one. Um Barely beating the Broncos with a guy off the street at quarterback, 10-7. I don't know. Initial gut reaction was happened exactly like we thought it would. I didn't expect Jarrett Stidham to do much. He put up a valiant effort, but at the end of the day, you're going into a conference championship with 1 week of preparation. as a starter.
Yeah.
You know,
This was not a Nick Foles situation. A lot of people were
no,
saying, "Oh, it could be Nick Foles all over again." Like, no, Nick Foles had what 2 or 3 weeks to prepare,
yeah, at least 2 or 3 weeks in the regular season, and
and
then a bye week, and
and
then
they almost got knocked out by the Falcons. Everyone forgets
yep,
about that. That first divisional game in 2017, they almost lost to the Falcons. It came down to a fourth and goal play from
yep,
Matt Ryan to Julio Jones, and
yeah.
luckily the defense stopped him. But if it wasn't for that, that season's over right there.
Yeah, but that was with, I think at that point it was like 5 or 6 weeks of preparation. So almost an entire month. This guy had 7 days. You know,
Yeah,
I feel bad for him that he was thrown into that. He put up a valiant effort, but there's only so much he could do. The bigger concern for me, though, I thought the Broncos performed exactly how they were going to perform with a backup quarterback. The bigger concern is the Patriots only putting up 10 on the Broncos, even though they won. What do you make of that?
I
Just
mean,
squeaking by. I know the Broncos are tough, but the backup quarterback, right?
I. I'm of two minds of this because obviously any team that makes the Super Bowl has to be, you know, somewhat good. You have to,
Right.
you don't just fall ass backwards into the Super Bowl. But man, this Patriots team, they have caught some lucky breaks. I mean, this season, their schedule was one of the easiest schedules in NFL history. Not just in the NFL.
Yeah.
They were obviously the easiest schedule in the league this year. But in NFL history, they've had one of the easiest schedules. A couple of NFL social media channels highlighted, I think it was something like out of 10, 10 of the games in their 17-game schedule, 10 of them were teams that ended up firing their head coach or something. Like the
Wow.
Patriots faced off almost like every team that either got rid of their coach or their coach quit this season. So, I mean, that's just another thing that just went right and there's nothing you can do about it. And then in the playoffs, I mean, the Chargers, uh, Justin Herbert is Justin Herbert. He still can't win the playoffs, and he was on one hand, so easy win there. Then they go up, what was it, against the Texans, I think,
The
in the
Texans,
divisional
yeah.
round. C.J.
Which the
Stroud
Texans,
craps the bed. I think he had
yeah. I mean,
four interceptions in the first half. Like,
yeah. I mean, both the
eh,
Chargers and the Texans are tough teams, but the Chargers, like you said, um, what's his name? I can't remember. Justin Herbert had the broken hand, and they squeaked in as a 7 seed. The Texans, you know, fifth seed, they're there, they're participating. And then
C.J.
of course you
Stroud
get
just had a bad half. I mean, you throw
yeah,
four interceptions in the first half, you're not going
right.
to win
You're
that
you're
game.
ba- you're giving the game to the other team at that point, and then you catch the Broncos with a backup quarterback with only 1 week of preparation. So yeah, I mean, after they beat the Texans, it was like almost smooth sailing for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, because and also this isn't like college where the college universities can make the schedule however they want to make the team look good. The NFL, the schedule is what you get. We covered it last week.
Yeah,
It's an old couple that comes up with the schedule. You get
yeah.
what you get, but it also at the same time, it just seemed like the fates just aligned for this
And
team to make a run.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it happens that way, and you got to capitalize on those opportunities, which the Patriots have definitely done. But in terms of road to the playoffs, I mean, yeah, it's been easier than some teams up there, definitely.
Yeah. Um, but they're in. The Patriots are your AFC champions yet again. For some reason, just the football gods are just not imaginative on the AFC side. Every year,
No,
it's either the Chiefs or the Patriots. Apparently, that's it. Those are your only two options. Good luck,
there's
AFC.
no originality there whatsoever.
No.
Um, but the NFC, we like to keep things a little interesting. We change it up every couple of years. Although we do have another team who's been to a few Super Bowls in the past 2 decades, the Seattle Seahawks, beating the LA Rams to make it to their third Super Bowl in, what was it, 15 years, I
I
think.
believe you're right. Yep.
So yeah, so pretty good on their end for being one of the few NFC teams to make it back that frequently. Usually the NFC is just it's like a crapshoot, right?
Yeah, you never know who
Every other year.
exactly is going to make it out of the NFC.
Yeah.
Um, do
So
you
what'd
want?
you take away from the? Oh, go for it.
Yeah, you want my
What were you
first
gonna say?
reactions on this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like the Seahawks are last year's Eagles. I
Mm,
think this might be
okay.
the new template to winning a Super Bowl, at least as of right now. You know, if just a side tangent. You ever notice how it seems like there's kind of like a template? Like there's certain eras, and it's like if you have these
Yeah.
ingredients, chances are you're going to make a run. I feel
Yeah.
like the current template right now to make a Super Bowl run is uh incredible defense, top 5 defense, and
Yep.
then like a slightly above average quarterback. I think if you have those two elements, that puts you to the front of the line in terms of making a run for it, especially in the playoffs. Um, I would say Sam Darnold this season has elevated again his play. I mean, last 2 seasons he's won 28 games. He's
Yeah.
done enough to silence the haters. I still don't know if he's an elite. I don't think he's anywhere close to being a top 5 or top 10. I don't know if top 10. I don't know. But he is still just like that like slightly average like 11 to 15 quarterback. And now he's paired with a vicious top, I would say top 3 defense. This Seahawks defense is just comes up with the stops when they need to. And there you go. They're back. They're right in the back into the swing of things as well. Um, and my heart goes out for Sam Darnold. I want him to win this and just
It's a great story. It's a great
just
story.
it would be such an fu to all the teams that said no to him. And would
Yeah.
also show that there's something wrong with the way we're developing quarterbacks. Sam Darnold was a top 3 draft pick, and the Jets
Yeah.
couldn't do
Well,
anything with him.
he went to the Jets. I mean, there's your developmental problem.
Yeah,
Your developmental problem is going to the Jets or the Raiders or the Browns. That's
yeah. Sorry,
yeah.
Raiders. Yeah, you may have the number 1 overall pick. Good luck. See how long that helps you.
But you're right though. I love Sam Darnold's story. I can't wait for him to prove the Jets wrong or right, I guess. I don't know how you want to look at it. Were they right for drafting him or wrong for getting rid of him? Um, but
Boy,
I think
Jets
what
fans have the worst conundrum to be in because either the Patriots win or they have to
right.
admit they're wrong about Sam Darnold letting him go.
Yeah, it's either watch a rival win or yeah, you got to watch your former starting first round quarterback go and win
Which
one
is
with another
worse?
team. It's
Toss up.
ooh,
Random game of toss up right now. What's worse?
I still think the rival winning it is
Yes.
worse
I
because I just know the Dallas Cowboy fans that I've had come through my life. If I had to listen to one of them say anything to me, ooh, man, I don't know. I don't think I'd rather watch Carson Wentz go out there and win
yeah.
a freaking Super Bowl before the Dallas Cowboys winning a Super Bowl.
You're right. Which yeah, that's
Absolutely.
exactly what this is. Which is worse, Carson Wentz starting and winning a Super Bowl, or yeah, Dallas winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I think I'd
I
rather see Carson
it's
Wentz win.
Dallas. Yeah, I'd rather see Carson Wentz win. Dallas winning would be way worse. Um, because at the end of the day, you can still root for the player as a person, right? I hope New York Jets fans are like, good for you, Sam Darnold. It was crappy here in New York. You go and get yours somewhere else. I feel like that's how I would feel, but
How
I'm not
about
I'm not a New York Jets fan.
not just them? How about the Panthers passing on him? How about the
Yeah,
49ers passing on him? And the Vikings,
yeah,
14 wins. He puts up 14 wins for you last year, and you still say, no, we're going to go with a
yeah. Now,
rookie.
yeah, and how's that turned out for them?
Yeah.
Not well. But yeah, the Seahawks winning. I think you're right about there being a template because it is definitely in a defensive era of football. I think if anything, the past few Super Bowls have shown if you have a dominant defense, for a while there, the offenses were getting out of control. It was
Yes.
like, oh, Drew Brees didn't
To,
pass for 5,000 yards. You're a
yes,
bum. Like,
to go
and it
back,
swung back.
to go back, the previous template before this would be the Patrick Mahomes template. You need to have a
Yeah.
top 5 quarterback who can scramble, and then line them up with weapons. That was like the template 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it's flipped. Now it's defense, and then you need like a slightly above average quarterback.
Yeah, but and in general across the league, you've been seeing a shift to more dominant defenses. Offenses have not been producing like they were in, the 20 teens. The 20 teens teams were just running away with it. I mean, the scores were getting up into the high 30s and low 40s regularly. Now we're seeing, we saw an AFC Championship game 10-7.
Yeah.
And a few other really strong defensive bouts. So I do agree that the defense has been the dominant driving force in the league the past few years. So we'll see if it holds up, but we're not going to make any Super Bowl predictions yet because we have a week in between to really
Yes.
ponder our thoughts.
But right now the Vegas line I think is 4.5. I think
Ooh, for Seattle?
Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks are 4.5 point
Yeah,
favorites.
4.5. Yeah.
Oof.
So, something to think about, I guess.
Yeah.
What
Uh,
what 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 are you thinking?
so I mean, yeah, I still want to look into some plays and angles before I make an official prediction. But the one thing I remember from last year, which what does fall into this matchup, is that 10 out of the last 11 matchups where in the Super Bowl it's been a team that had a bye week versus a team that didn't have a bye week. The team that didn't have the
Oh,
bye week has at least won or covered the spread in 10 of those 11 games. So
okay.
I hate to say it, but you might want to look at
Well,
the four and a half.
they can cover the
But we'll
spread and
see.
still lose, you know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I
But we got time. We
yeah.
got we got time before we make that prediction. But in other sports news, we do have to discuss a little bit about the Eagles' continued offensive coordinator coaching search and the woes around it. Some big names getting snatched up. Obviously, there were a lot of head coaching vacancies. And with head coaching vacancies, also coordinator vacancies. So it makes sense that a lot of big names would go get those head coaching jobs instead of settling for an offensive coordinator job, right? But some reports are suggesting that there is a certain level of undesirability with the Philadelphia offensive coordinator position. Do you think this is just clickbait headlines, or do you think there's any validity to those reports?
Um, eh, like
Are they taking too long? That's the issue that I keep hearing online. They're taking too long. They're taking too long. All the good guys are getting hired. I mean,
it
what do you think?
does it does raise a little bit of concern that the Eagles can't seem to land one of these guys as of right now. Um, but at the end of the day, I mean, do you want to work with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and Devonta Smith? I mean, I don't understand why that would be a heavy no. I know the Philadelphia media landscape is always a circus. We have two sports radio stations constantly, critiquing you and everything. But for the most part, just come up with just different game plans. For the love of God, we're not asking for much. Just just at least show us you have a plan B, C, and D. Because Patullo
Yeah,
didn't, and Mr. Screen Happy 3 years ago. I forget his name now already.
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson, yeah. Oh God, I like. Please, all you got to do. The bar is set down here. Like all you got to do is just come up with just a little bit more crafty game planning, and I think you'd be fine.
Yeah. Um, I would rather them find the right person than take the flashy name anyway, right?
Like Jim Bob
Like,
Cooter.
are you saying he's the right guy or a flashy name?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You-
With a name like Jim Bob Cooter, you're gonna get headlines.
that is quite the name, and you know that the Philadelphia media and fans would love it.
You
But
old
yeah, I
coot.
mean, The whole coot. I will admit I'm a little concerned it's taking this long, and the more I hear the reports, the more I'm wondering if there's some truth behind it. They come in here and they're like, "How much control am I going to have over the offense?" Given the way that Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni kind of have the stranglehold on the direction of the team. Um, but at the end of the day, these are professionals, and I don't think it's playing out quite that way. If somebody offers you a really great job, like I feel like these individuals would take it. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm concerned that it's taking a while, but I'd rather them do their due diligence than just jump at the first big name that they see. You know, um, there's always the concern that you take too long, then you end up with a Brian Johnson or a Kevin Patullo promoting internally. I think as long as it's
Just
not an
no.
internal,
Don't do
yeah,
that. Yeah, just don't do
I
that.
don't care. I don't care who you bring in. It just needs to be outside the organization. Okay. You can pick a fan from a Wawa parking lot. It just can't be somebody who was on the staff last year. It needs to be somebody new in some way, shape, or form. That's all I want. You need fresh eyes and a fresh mind for that offense to work.
Yeah, and also preferably somebody who has experience in calling plays, because I don't
That would
know.
be great too for an
I
offensive coordinator.
I don't know.
You think
It,
that would be job responsibility number one? Have you done this job before?
I mean, you would think Nick Sirianni would have some sort of initiative on that, but it seems like he doesn't. So I don't know. That's a little frustrating. But
Yeah. So we will see how the hiring process plays out. Um, yeah, the list is getting shorter. There are still some interesting names out there, but the Eagles are going to take their time, just like they did with hiring head coaches in the past. They're going to do all their due diligence, and I guarantee it's not going to be a name that we're expecting. It's probably going to be some random person like Doug Peterson was, like Nick Sirianni was, and we might be pleasantly surprised. As long as it's somebody different, I don't care.
yeah, yeah, and somebody outside.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Speaking of coaches, we got a little bit of time. What do you do? This made the this has been going like wildfire all over ESPN and the NFL Network and everything that Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I did see that, but I didn't look into it. What's like
It's
how?
that.
Why?
Well, this is
Is it
his
is
eligibility.
it Spygate, Deflategate?
Yeah, I think there's your
Okay.
answer. Like, I don't understand why this is like cranked up to 11 in like confusion. Like, I, there's been like all these talking heads. They're like, what? He's won 6 Super Bowls. So why isn't he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Well, because he did some shady shit. I think that
Well,
knocks you down a peg.
I mean, yes. However, I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here because those were two instances where he was caught. He may have done a bunch of other shady stuff, but
Probably did.
he probably did. But in both of those cases, I'm not trying to be a Patriots or Bill Belichick apologist. However, I do like to maintain a grip on reality. The deflated ball did not lead to the Colts losing by like 30 points.
Yeah, no,
It absolutely did not.
absolutely. I agree on that.
Spygate, the Eagles made other mistakes. We
They
can't
did.
blame that loss on them knowing. You think other teams aren't trying to steal signals? Like it's baseball, their whole sport is based on stealing signals.
Well, see, this is
You know?
you. Yeah, see, you jumped ahead. This is what I was going to bring out. This little infighting drama between first ballot Hall of Famers and whether or not Belichick gets in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. This is very baseball-y
Yeah.
for a sport that is that usually supposed to be about men don't care and men just put it out on the field and all this stuff. This was like a page out of baseball this week.
This is this is a lot of bureaucratic red tape and stuff like that. But I'm going to say this on the record. I'm not shocked, but I am annoyed because facts are facts, and he coached for 20 some years, made it to however many Super Bowls, won however many Super Bowls. He did things that are untoward. Yes, absolutely. but untoward in a way that's bending the rules, not outright breaking them. Otherwise, he would have been fired or suspended. The worst they ever got was a slap on the wrist fine. You know, I mean, there's more.
Did they lose a first round draft pick too? There was that too.
Did they lose a first round draft pick?
There. I remember there was something they lost a significant draft pick.
Was he ever suspended for a year like Sean Payton,
No, Peyton
Denver
did.
Broncos? Okay, well, there you go. See, there's a difference in severity here of like putting hits out on players. That is detrimental to the game. Deflating the balls a little bit when you're already allowed to rough them up and do whatever you want with them, that's operating within the gray area of the rules, as far as I'm concerned. It's a ticky tack thing, and I think they're taking their shot that to knock his ego down a peg, which fine. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah,
But like,
but yeah, this is just it's just because this is his first year of eligibility, first ballot.
yeah,
All right,
they're
he'll
they're
get
trying to
in.
make a statement. Oh yeah, he'll get in. Absolutely. They're like trying to make some kind of weird statement or stance. It's like you're right. It's very baseball like. I thought we were supposed to be above that in football.
Yeah,
You know.
apparently you're not, Mike. The NFL Hall of Fame is succumbing to baseball tactics.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, Bill Belichick was not a good guy by any stretch of the imagination, but in football, it's a game of numbers, and the numbers don't lie. 20 plus seasons, what is it, 6 or 7 Super Bowl appearances. How many years in a row did he have a winning, no, not only a winning record, but a division leading record? Come on now. Like, deflated balls and stolen signals don't account for 20 straight years of winning seasons. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But they're going to make their statement. They're going to make their stance. Good for you. Get it out of your system. Get him in next year. I don't care.
Yep. All right.
Utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna get your blood boiling.
Yeah.
So now we can move away from the sports world and we can jump into entertainment. So Mike, you got your this week in entertainment for this mobile version of the Crispy Noodle podcast.
Yeah, I realize now that it's time to do this, that it's not really a normal show, but I'm going to
Yeah.
run with it anyway. Yeah.
Awesome.
So this week in entertainment, just 2 quick properties really quick to highlight. The first is Islands. It is a movie hitting theaters this week. It seems like a perfect little distracting winter thriller. Here's the synopsis. A tennis coach at a tropical resort finds himself at the center of a missing persons mystery. Tom teaches tennis during the day and parties at night. When an enigmatic tourist arrives, Tom is unable to shake the feeling he has met her before. Tension and attraction grow until her husband disappears, and the police suspect Tom. Whoa. Big mystery.
Uh-oh.
So far, yeah, so far it has generally favorable reviews. So it's something maybe to check out if people ever get unshoveled from all the constant snow we're getting in the Philadelphia area. But if you feel like staying in television, Wonder Man is the latest MCU show coming to Disney Plus this week. It's an 8-episode mini series as part of MCU's Phase 6. But the good news is that viewers don't need a lot of previous knowledge to enjoy the show. It's supposed to stand on its own as sort of a character piece. So go check it out. That's Wonder Man coming to Disney Plus, and that's what we're looking forward to this week in entertainment.
All right.
But
There you go.
the
Mikey
big,
giving it to you.
yeah, I
Even
realized I wrote it, and I was like, oh, it's not a normal show, but
Yep, Mike giving it to you even on a remote shortened episode that we've got for
doing
you
it,
this week.
doing it a cappella, if you
Yeah,
will.
we usually have the music with you, but yeah,
I know it creates a certain rhythm, but
yeah.
anyway. Moving right along, though, what we don't need rhythm for is the Oscars. The nominations just came out this previous week, and there were a few huge films this year and some history being made as well. Just to kick off the movies with multiple nominations, the big one grabbing the headlines is Sinners with 16 nominations. This is an Academy record, broke the record for the most ever nominations. And Warner Brothers, the studio, also ties its own studio record with the most nominations for Sinners and 2 other movies, which I forgot to put in my list here. But that is a studio record for WB. Rich, did you get a chance to watch Sinners?
And I know I feel so bad. I did not get a chance to watch most of these movies. I gotta step up my Oscar my Oscar watching here. But that's crazy that Sinners broke this barrier. I mean, you,
Yeah,
you just think about all those films that have done so well at the Academy Awards in the past, and now Sinners
like Lord of
has
the Rings: Return of the King. I know.
yeah, and now right
No, but I mean it's true.
yeah, and now Sinners is going to be right up with them.
Yeah. I am very proud to say that I have actually done a decent job accidentally of watching 3 of the 10 Best Picture nominees already
Hey, good for
before
you.
before the nominations came out. Yeah. So yeah, I'm already started on this list, but I think I have to go rewatch Sinners because when I watched it the first time, it was very good, very compelling. Um, it was such a unique little genre mashup. It's like it's horror comedy, but it has like a supernatural bent to it as well. And I gotta admit, when I watched it, I was like, this is really good, but I didn't really think that it was 16 nominations good. So I might have to go back and view it in a different lens now. And that's not to say that I didn't like it. It was great. It's just, I don't know if it was 16 nominations great, but
I mean,
still
you can
deserving of
also
being up there.
right. You can also argue that it could also be just a great movie in a year where there really wasn't a whole lot of good movies. That happens.
That does happen. That does happen. I haven't seen many of the others, so I'm gonna reserve judgment until I watch some of the other ones. Um, but of the movies I've seen, I've been pleasantly surprised, but not necessarily blown away by any of them like I have in years past. Um, so we'll see. We'll see. Some of the other top nomination earners were One Battle After Another with 13 nominations. Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, and Sentimental Value coming in with 9 nominations each. I also saw Frankenstein, which I talked about last week. We have Hamnet with 8, and then a bunch of movies tied at 4 nominations, one of which Begonia, which I know you've seen as well.
Yeah,
That was really
that's the
good.
one I actually saw. All right, I'm
You
in the
did.
discussion.
Begonia was really good
It
though.
was. I
I
liked it.
I
Yeah.
think I think it flew completely under the radar. I watched it on a whim. We were just honestly, it was weird. We were on. It was Peacock. It was the one streaming service I said that I hated from last week, and it was just sitting there, just playing. As we were talking about something. It was how they autoplay the trailers, and it's just playing this trailer over and over and over in the background as we're having some kind of discussion. And at some point, we look at it and we go, should we just watch that instead of talking about what to watch? And we're like, yeah, sure. And we hit play. It was a great oddball movie,
Yeah.
completely out of left field. Um, so I'm really surprised that it was nominated, especially for Best Picture. But I think it's one of those like fly under the radar kind of films. I think everybody should check it out.
Yeah, and Emma Stone has really earned I think a lot of people's respect, not just my. I'm just some schmuck in Philadelphia, but I think a lot of film critics they've been seeing her recent work. She's done some great acting jobs, and this one was no different. Also, I don't know if you know that, but she literally did shave her head. That was
Oh wow,
that was not a
I did
bald
not know
cap.
that.
No, she literally went full blown like that's what the role called
That
for.
that's legit. That's
Yeah.
legit right there.
So I'm
Yeah.
happy to see her getting some dap for this role.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always loved Emma Stone, going back all the way to Zombieland and Easy
Yeah,
A.
yeah, those are two good movies.
She's been at this a minute, and like she doesn't really make, at least the movies that I've seen of hers, she doesn't really make bad films. Um, what was it that she was in? Another one just recently that was critically acclaimed. Poor
Uh,
Things.
oh yeah, poor
For
things.
Have you
La
seen
La
Poor Things?
Land, all that. Yeah.
La La Land, yeah. I mean, and she made history as the youngest woman with 7 acting nominations. So her work is definitely paying off. Um, So yeah, so those are some of the movies with the most nominations. Do we want to go through some different categories or just call out different movies perhaps you want to give some dap to, as
Yeah,
you put it?
right, yeah, right. Because this is the compact communique. Yeah, I'd say just any categories that you think is noteworthy or made you go, huh, something like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll just start with Best Picture because those I've actually seen a few of those movies. Begonia, Sinners, and Frankenstein. I've seen all of those. All of those I thought are deserving of a nomination. Um, I really want to see One Battle After Another. I heard some good things about that before it was nominated. Been waiting for it to come onto a streaming service. But the one that I'm really curious about is F1. It is a racing
Yeah.
movie, and curious might not be the right word. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I just think like sports movies, there's a certain ceiling. I don't know if you feel the same way about certain genres. And I'm looking at this list and I'm like, one of these things is not like the others.
And it's
And
F1.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll see F1. I'll be like, wow, that's like the best racing movie I've ever seen because I've only ever seen one of them. You
Rocky.
know,
Rocky's a sports movie, got Oscar cred.
that's true. That's true. You got me there.
Yeah. Million
So I
Dollar
don't know. Maybe
Baby, another one.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's
are those
possible.
sports movies or are those like individual triumph kind of things? Because like Rocky loses, Million
I
Dollar Baby wasn't really about the boxing, was it? I
I think
mean,
you're splitting hairs. I mean,
splitting the hairs. I guess.
yeah. I think that
When
counts.
you say sports movie, I'm picturing like Mighty Ducks and
Right.
like Invincible
Yeah.
and like Remember the Titans. You know, I guess I'm not including things like Rocky, Million Dollar Baby, and I think that's my own fault there because
Yeah.
you say sports movie, I'm like Airbud. You know, I'm like,
Yeah. Airbud. Yeah. It's gonna
so
win Best
I
Director.
might be wrong. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Oscar goes to the Golden Retriever in Airbud. Um, yeah, so I mean, I'll check out F1. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong. Um, I do want to give a little bit of dap to Michael B. Jordan for Best Actor in a Leading Role because he literally plays two different characters, identical twins, but still two different characters. I think somebody doing something like that is always um, it's a little bit more difficult, a little bit more interesting than just playing one character really, really well. And he played those characters really, really well. It's not like he, did a half-assed job for either one of them. Um, he's also a guy that's just his roles recently have been absolutely phenomenal. Um, between was it Black Panther, then he did the Creed movies.
Yeah. Loved him
He was
in
in a
Black
few.
Panther. I
Yeah,
wish they didn't kill him
one of the
off.
best villain. I know
Spoiler
one of the
alert.
best villains. Yeah. Well,
But yeah.
and Leonardo DiCaprio is up there in Best Actor as well. Well, Timothée Chalamet, with a record for the youngest male actor to be nominated for 3 awards for his role in Marty Supreme. So something to keep an eye on. We already mentioned Emma Stone and Begonia, but were there any other people that you wanted to call out, or any other movies you wanted to call out?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to trying and catch up on all these. But yeah. I mean, it's a very very interesting list that we've got here. Yeah, I'm interested to figure out more because I know I feel bad. I only watched like the only one I think I saw is Begonia. Like that's the one that fell through and I got to see. So I got to make my way towards seeing the other nominees and seeing uh, if they hold weight in terms of this year's nominations.
Yeah, I think of a lot of them are already available on streaming. I know
Yeah.
Frankenstein is Netflix and Sinners is on HBO Max. I think One Battle After Another just came out somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where. Um, I do want to mention I did also, I don't have it up there, but I did see, like I said, K-pop Demon Hunters, which was nominated for Best Animated Film. So I guess technically 4 Oscar nominated films that I've seen. And K-pop Demon Hunters was great. I haven't seen the other animated films, so I can't speak to its quality in comparison. But from what I saw, it was really really good. But yeah, it's time to start the Oscar movie watching
Yep.
sessions.
That's
So
what
I
that's
just
what you do in the winter when you're snowed in.
exactly you take a weekend, you just watch two or three incredibly long Best Picture nominees. They're always so
Do the
long.
theaters still do that? That used to be a lot of fun when like you would just pay like a certain amount and it was like for the Oscar nominations and you just like boom 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 you
I
sped
don't know
watch
if
them.
they I don't know if they do, but that would be a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I
Is to do
guess
something like that.
I guess it was easier to do it when it was only 4 or 5 best picture nominees. Now it's 10.
Yeah, that's another thing I noticed. What do you think about? I feel like every year it one is not a set number, and two, I feel like it keeps getting longer. I think last year was like eight or nine, and this year it's
Yeah.
10.
I think the max is 10, but it doesn't have to be 10. Yeah, like they
Okay, so it's like anywhere from like 5 to 10 films. I think 10 is way too many.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a long list to review.
Because you
But
know that the Academy doesn't even the Academy members don't even watch half the films, which is part of the problem with the voting process. If you only put up 6 or 7, maybe they could get through all of them. Like of this list of 10, I've miraculously seen 3. I'm probably going to see about another 3 before the Oscars come out.
yeah.
If I'm being generous.
Yeah,
So
it might have been better when they were a little more tight.
selective. Yeah.
Or
Oh well.
sooner or later they're going to turn into college football and they won't know what to do with all their
Just
playoff invitees.
just every movie is nominated.
Yeah, every movie shall be nominated, and we're gonna have a conference for everybody, and except for one movie is gonna be on its own for some reason. That's the independent movie.
Now,
Then
if these 4 movies won their movie conference, they automatically get a Best Picture nomination. But if these 4 movies won their movie conference, they don't get a Best Picture nomination. They have to have another screening to see which one comes out on top, and then they get the Best Picture nomination.
yes, and the one that is directed by Spielberg, if it finishes in the top 12, it automatically gets into Best Picture.
But the other movies have to invite that movie to be shown in theaters because it's not actually part of another movie conference. It's just
You
just
know
goes to show
what?
how weird the NCAA playoff system is.
You know what? Why not? Let's spice up the Oscars. Let's do this weird conference play-in. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's put up more bureaucracy with how the Oscars works.
Yeah, why not?
that's
Screw
that's
it.
that's just what we need.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
but
Well,
there
we'll
you go.
cover that
That's
next week then on an
yeah,
extended episode of the Crispy Noodle podcast. We'll get into all that. All right, but how about we get to some odd news?
yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Because we're kind of in a cramped episode here with the Crispy Compact Communique. You might think this is a little bit of a tap out, but instead of stories this week, I actually have updates from
Ooh, okay.
2025. How do you like that?
I like it actually. I always like it when we learn what happens after the odd news has settled. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Because we have so many lingering questions with some of these characters. So what do we have updates on?
All right. For the first story that I have an update on, we're going to talk about 47-year-old Crystal Gauss. Do you remember? This is also fun, too. I get to see if I can remember, if you can remember what happened. It's like
Crystal Gauss.
it's a little game show. I can give you like a couple of hints.
Give me a hint because
Um,
that doesn't quite ring a bell.
Her odd news story happened at a Royal Farms inside of their beer cave.
Oh, wait a second. I Is this the one where somebody like urinated on all the different beer and there was like thousands of dollars worth of damages?
Yeah, she took a dump. she
Oh, took
straight
a
up.
dump. Oh, there
She,
you go. Even better.
yep,
Why stop at number 1 when you can go to number 2?
that's right. This is the case of Crystal Gauss we reported on about 5 months ago. She was arrested at a Royal Farms when she had decided to come into the Royal Farms and decided to go into their refrigerated beer cave section and decided to hold herself between beer cases and go number 2 right in that area.
Lovely.
Yes.
Very ladylike.
Yes. I love how she had to brace herself. Oh my God.
Listen, sometimes
Don't
you gotta
mess.
hold on, all right?
Yeah.
What was it last week where the guy was pooping for 4 hours? Sometimes you gotta brace yourself.
Yeah, that was the guy in China claimed that he needed to be in the bathroom for 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened to this lady with her beer pooping?
Yeah, so they had her dead to rights. Police said that they even found surveillance footage. So they they got her hook, line, and sinker. So because of that, Gauss decided to plead no contest to a misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct and also creating a hazardous and physically offensive condition. That's
Yes,
Pennsylvania,
that is
by the way. That's an actual crime here in Pennsylvania.
creating a hazardous and what was it?
Creating a hazardous and physically offensive condition.
Physically offensive condition.
So
Wow.
beware, everyone. You have a stinky bathroom visit. You're gonna get charged for
It's an actual crime. Yeah.
hazardous and physically offensive condition here in Pennsylvania.
You better bring one of those spray cans with you.
Yeah, right into the beer cave too. You better watch
That's
out.
right.
Don't make that beer cave smell. Everyone needs to get their beer.
Oh.
In addition, she was also going to be originally she was going to be charged with open lewdness, scattering,
Scattering?
yeah, and criminal mischief. But they were all dropped as part of the plea deal. So
Scattering
scattering,
like scat, like a synonym for
oh.
poop.
I guess you're right.
But
Scattering.
that's just such an awful way to put it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like sometimes an overly technical description makes it so much worse.
Oh, yeah.
Scattering, I don't know why. That's an offensive environment to me. Just calling it scattering, okay? So Pennsylvania's they got to change their wording, or I'm gonna charge them with that crime.
Yeah.
But
But the
scattering.
open
God.
lewdness, scattering, and criminal mischief, they were dropped by the prosecutors as part of the plea deal. So she only was officially charged with the misdemeanor charge of disorderly conduct and creating a hazardous and physically offensive condition. So those are only 2 crimes.
Okay.
She was only fined $75 to the state, and she had to pay a restitution charge of $80 to the Royal Farms. And she has been ordered by the judge she can never go into that store specifically.
That one specifically, but other Royal Farms, A-okay.
Yeah, A-okay, but not that one. You are not, we can't trust you going in there anymore. No.
And you're telling me that taking a dump in the middle of a Royal Farms only costs $155?
Yes, that's the charge.
Why does that seem so comically low to me?
I mean, I guess because she pleaded no contest, she entered the plea deal. So I don't know. I guess like you have to throw her a bone.
I guess. Oh, so you're saying they reduced the costs because
originally she was gonna get 5 charges altogether.
That's true.
That would have been 5 charges altogether, but she got knocked down to 2.
And I guess the fines and everything lessened. All right, sure, I guess.
Yeah.
That just seems comically low to me, but all right.
Well, if you're in a bind, it's only $155 to take a dump in a public spot.
If you really need to go, you go in. You're like, do you have a bathroom? And they're like, no, it's for paying customers only. You're like, okay.
Well,
you're about to.
Here's $155. I gotta go.
Yeah, here I got something for you. Here's my paying customer now.
Right, I gotta go now. Sorry, this is it. Hope you enjoy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we had an update there. The case of Crystal Gauss. Yeah, that was a real thing.
Yikes.
All right, and I have another update.
All right.
This is the case of 30-year-old Matthew Day. We talked about him last year. This was a man who had a little too much fun. He was a Penn State graduate, and he
Uh-oh.
co-founded Ribeye Media. Do you remember this?
This sounds so familiar, but no, I don't remember.
All right. So this is the case of 30-year-old Matthew Day. He was arrested back in July. So this was some time
Okay. Oh
ago.
wow, this was a while ago.
Yep. He was arrested for disorderly conduct at a place called The Landing in New York State, which advertises itself as an elevated hangout balcony bar. Police say that Day was on top of the rooftop bar, decided to pull out his penis and urinate from the balcony onto the sidewalk. Do you remember that story now?
Yes, I do. Why are people just going wherever they please? It's just that nothing in society has ever indicated that that was an acceptable thing to do.
No, but you gotta go, and I'm gonna go right over this balcony. Whee!
Right over the balcony. You couldn't just find a nice little isolated corner, had to be over the balcony. Okay.
Yeah, yep. And it was confirmed that downstream, several
Oh no.
several passers-bys were struck with urine.
Oh God.
Can you imagine just walking down the street and you're just like, what smells? What is that?
Oh, that is just an instant day ruiner. Like you
Yep.
can't come back from that. Like if I'm out and about and that happens, just cancel the rest of the day. I'm going home. I'm not gonna do anything else. That's just like I don't know why the thought of that is just no. It just ruins the whole day.
Uh, they used to say that if a bird pooped on you, it was good luck. But I don't know about
No,
a
that's
drunk.
also
I don't know about a drunk guy peeing off of a building. I guess that's not the same thing.
as a rule of thumb, I don't want anything peeing or pooping on me. I'm just letting the universe know that right now. Please do not pee or poop on me. Thank you. Signed, hugs and kisses, Michael.
Thank
Don't
you.
do it. I don't want it. No, thank you.
All right,
Please keep it to yourself.
we need to get that notarized. Make sure you visit your local
Yes.
notary, and we'll get that officially
Yeah.
filed.
I
Um,
don't know about you, but the idea of a bird pooping on me absolutely terrifies me. I cannot. I hate
well,
the
you,
thought
you
of
don't
it.
have a good record with birds already,
No,
so
no, listen, they're already just so close to just me and birds were like mortal enemies. Okay. We just don't get along. So I know my time on this earth is numbered. That eventually they're gonna come for me with their poop. Okay.
just poop
And
to
it's gonna be
death.
miserable. Just pooped to death. All right.
Ugh. All right. Also, in addition, cops say that Day was, quote, under the indication of alcohol influence. They couldn't just say he was drunk.
Under the indication of alcohol. Why can't they just say under the influence?
Yeah,
What is
I
it? Under
swear.
the indication of influence.
I swear. It's like these cops get paid, like, by the word in their
Yeah,
police
it's a word.
reports.
It's word count. They have to hit a certain word count.
Yeah.
Are they being
Um,
graded on these like assignments?
yeah, right? Does somebody grade them? Yeah. Break out that thesaurus, Johnson. You're not. These aren't creative
Yeah.
stories you're telling.
Well, you made your 5 arrests this week, but you missed the word count.
Yeah.
C minus. I don't know. Like what? I don't. The indication.
So Day has accepted responsibility for the misdemeanor crime. His his punishment is he has to perform 50 hours of community service, undergo alcohol evaluation and counseling, pay prosecution fees for both himself and the business. And he is also barred from going to any bars and clubs during the 6-month agreement term. So
Okay. Sure.
don't
Yeah.
you, Mr. Day, don't you be out partying. Nope.
Well, it seems like he has a drinking problem, or at least an indication of a drinking problem.
Yeah.
And so they want to keep him away from anything that could inspire him to pee on people for at least 6 months.
Anything that would inspire you to piss on people.
Or an indication of inspiration.
You were talking about sports movies. I want to see the inspirational speech or inspirational moment. I can piss on people. By God.
If I drink enough, I can pee on anyone.
Dude, I must go.
Literally.
Yes, literally, yes. But yeah, the second part of this story that we riffed on, I think you really liked it, was the fact that he claims that he is a co-founder of Ribeye Media.
Yeah, what was that Ribeye Media that you mentioned? Do I dare look it up again?
He claims,
I feel like I probably looked it up.
He claims that this is a business that in which he helps broadcasters and media sales organizations plan, execute, and report digital advertising. So, sure, while you're doing that, he's pissing off of a building.
Yeah. I'm looking up their thing now. They have a picture of a cow and all the different cuts of meat.
Ribeye Media.
It's all different. Like one cut of meat is the social cut. Then you have the mobile cut, the CTV cut, the display and audio cuts.
Yum.
Wow.
That really gets me in the mood for marketing discussions.
I know, right? Doesn't it? Ribeye Media.
Ribeye Media. And he claims he co-founded it. So I don't know about that, Mr. Matthew Day. I don't know if this story helps your marketing with the ribeye. I don't think people want their piss with their ribeye later that night.
I didn't see it mentioned on the website though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
If in the About Us section, about the founders, once peed off of a rooftop
and had to serve 50 hours of community service. So there you go. 2 updates there from stories that we had in 2025. I thought this was appropriate timing to put this in the Crispy Compact Communiqué.
Yeah, I like updates.
So
it's nice to see where our odd news people end up.
Yeah, right? We want to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Right, exactly.
So
that they're taken care of, that justice is served, and get one last laugh at their expense.
Yes. So there you go there. Those were 2 odd news stories from 2025. And the perps both have copped to those crimes and will serve their sentence this year. All right, and there you go. That's what I have for you in the non-fortune cookie odd news. All right, there you go. That was a full hour of sports and entertainment and odd news here in the Crispy Compact Communiqué. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm so thrilled that we were still able to get you a show this week, even though we had the storm of the decade hitting the area. I'm sure I'll still be shoveling and trying to figure out a way to get out of this mess. So hopefully we'll be back to our normal recording procedure next week. But you never know. We have this, so we might have to go with this if we're still stuck in the snow. In the meantime, though, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel and our Spotify page. Those are the 2 main ways that you get the podcast. Whether it's the full podcast or the Crispy Compact Communiqué. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And on Spotify, make sure you're following us so you get the episodes straight to your accounts. And if you happen to be driving, make sure you're driving safe in this dangerous snow conditions. But if you are and you're good to go, you can use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with Spotify to take us on the go with you. So make sure you have your way to get the podcast and enjoy the podcast every week.
That's right. So many ways to check out the podcast. But if you need to get in touch with us individually to share your sports, entertainment, or odd news stories, you can find us on Blue Sky. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I'm at Rich Liebig, RichLiebig. We have our handles on the video feed in the Crispy Compact Communiqué. So just look at what you've been looking at for the last hour. Make sure you search that and you can find us there. But that I think we'll do it, Mikey. You got anything else you want to say to the people on the Crispy Compact Communiqué?
No, stay safe and stay warm, and hopefully we'll be back at it in person soon enough.
Yep, I agree. Same thing as well. Stay warm, stay safe, and enjoy the weekend. And we'll come. Hopefully, we'll be back in person with a full blown episode next week, right before the Super Bowl. But for right now, I think that's gonna do it. This has been the Crispy Compact Communique, the remote shortened version of the Crispy Noodle podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. That'll do it. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys
later. Bye bye, all you fine peoples. Good night. Here's Jack coming at you.
Boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people, that's their story. Good times, noodle salad.